things you must know before you get to 150 pounds. It's a ton of space. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I am Hayden with State 48 Turtle and Tortoise. Today we are filming the video in the morning. The sun is on that side instead of on that side. So the lighting's gonna be a little bit different. Chickens coming at you live, being turds. But today what we're gonna talk about are, getting right into the topic is, number one, thank you guys for making 300 subs happen. We made it literally by the skin of our teeth. The goal was to have it by the end of February. I think we ended at like 304 subscribers on the last day of February. So thanks so much, guys, for your support. We already have gotten like another 20 subscribers this week, 15, I don't know, we'll see. But appreciate the support. But today we're gonna be talking about the 3 things you must know before you get a turtle or tortoise. Hey, look, there's my shadow on this side this time. I'll have to figure that out. But 3 things you must know before you get a turtle or tortoise. But first, the chickens are squatting here. I finally figured out which chickens lay which eggs, because I just watched one of them lay an egg. And so now I finally have it figured out on which chickens lay which eggs. That one lays a light brown egg. This one lays a darker brown, or no, the white one lays a darker brown egg with dark brown spots, and this one lays green eggs. So we've got that figured out. I've been letting them chickens graze, and I don't know if you guys remember what this used to look like. I should probably put like a image of it right here. They have absolutely destroyed it. This took them like 3 days. They've obliterated these. They even went into my prize section and destroyed it. So that is not very fun. But while we're over here, let's go ahead and grab some lettuce, some dandelion greens, because I just realized we got to get some breakfast for the small tortoise. This stuff actually tastes really good. I love this kind of lettuce. And I don't even like lettuce. I don't feed the tortoises the mustard greens or the kale very much, just mostly different types of lettuces, dandelion greens, and they love this green leaf stuff. And he's wanting me to give him some, but, well, she is, I mean. But not gonna happen today. Break the tops of that off. And this will be a nice handful of food to get them through the first half of the day. They are looking fabulous. Gotta undo my gate here. The dogs are outside here with me. Sophie. Sorry, my back room's a freaking mess. Tortoise are doing great. They're gonna be getting a soak here in a couple minutes. Throw some of that old stuff up there. They're doing great, getting huge. I'll pull them out before the end of this video. Spray them down a couple times a day. Get them nice and soaked. I always spray down the food. Try and help it not dry out too fast, because for some reason, this homegrown stuff dries out really fast. Couldn't tell you why, but it does. But they're gonna start chowing down pretty quick. We will get this top put back on this rubber mat to try and keep the humidity in. The bulbs are on. And I'll tell you right now, guys, I know I've talked about it before. Let me see if I can find it really quick. There's Sophie having a conniption. This thing right here, this is the thermostat. I have it set perfect. Hey, bud. To where when it starts getting above like 90 degrees on this cool side, like 85 degrees on this cool side, the heat actually, these things will kick off till the temperature drops a little bit. So it's actually been working out perfect. Look at that little turd. It's looking so cute. Let's see if we can zoom in on them. How's it going, bud? They're just looking great, growing great. Look at that bowling ball of a shell right there on that guy. Oh, looking so good. Let's go back. Okay, so purpose of today's video. 3 things you need to know about the tortoises before you buy a tortoise or a turtle. Sorry guys, the beginning of this video is kind of a little jumbly. This is why I have problems. They come right out to graze and they go straight for my garden, which that is the baby turtle food, so I gotta keep them out. We'll put them away actually, because if I don't keep an eye on them, they're gonna kill it pretty quick. But go ahead, get back in there, go. They're fertilizing the yard for me, so thanks, chickens. Anywho, we're gonna get a couple things set up. I'll go ahead and set you guys on a time lapse real quick on the baby turtles, and we'll be right back to discuss the 3 things you need to know. Alright guys, we are back. As you saw earlier in that time lapse, we got a manual lawnmower to mow the front lawn to feed to the tortoises, because if you cut it with your gas lawnmower, they won't eat it for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. It's kind of weird. So you got that manual lawnmower, rake it up, feed it to the tortoises. Hopefully over the next week, get my lawn mostly mowed to feed it to them so we can take advantage of it. I give a little to the chickens too because they'll eat it. So that's what I did there. But guys, the sun was over there when I started the video. Now it's over there. It is 4:30. It is way later than it was when I started the video. So the day got away from me, but we're gonna get this video going, guys. It's gonna be a long one because I took so long to get it started, but 3 things you must know when it comes to getting a baby turtle or tortoise. First things first, guys. You need to know what their diet is. I have 3 different species of animals here, and we need to know what their diet is. Sulcatas. We got the big albino sulcatas out back. We got the little guys here, and I'm working on organizing my room right now, so that's getting better. These are a grassland species, hence I put some cut grass in there. They also eat romaine lettuce, Missouri tortoise diet, which obviously they're not going to get out in the wild, but contains everything they need. That is what these little tortoises are going to eat. It's what they need. It's important to understand their diets. That cute little albino guy. Oops, he doesn't like when I go upside. He goes upside down. Understand their diet and their water needs. I soak these guys about 3 times a week, and that is what their diet is. So diet is the first thing. Second, we've got, well, I'm gonna show you the other species. We've got 3-toed box turtles. They pretty much eat anything, so not too worried about it. They eat a lot of bugs. They eat fruit. They can eat pretty much whatever you give them. So the diet of 3-toed box turtles and the water turtles, they can eat like dried shrimp. They can eat pretty much whatever you want to give them. But the pellets are the most efficient. We'll show you them real quick. I am working on getting a new hose set up right here. But there's fish in there that they can eat whatever they want, but they eat a pelleted diet normally, which has everything they need. Easy enough diet. Let's roll into number 2. Okay guys, the next thing we need to know back in here with the baby sulcatas is what is their care like, right? The sulcatas, we know that they need a 90 to 95 degree basking spot at all times. And again, this is care for the babies. 90 to 95 degree basking spot, and then a 75 to 80 degree cool spot. So there's a temperature gradient. Humidity, you want to keep the humidity up when they're babies. When they get older and bigger, it doesn't really matter. So that is something that you want to keep up. The sulcatas, that's their care. The other thing is you need to know what it's going to take for them when they get bigger. When they get bigger, they need a ton of space. My tortoises are quickly growing out of that half of the yard, so we're actually going to expand it all the way out to this side of the chicken coop pretty soon, as kind of have two separate enclosures. My wife doesn't know that yet, but shh, she'll find out if she watches this video. So the ideal space they recommend, if you have a bunch of them and you have a bunch of space, is like 100 square foot for an adult tortoise. 100 square feet is kind of small. My goal is 200 square feet per adult tortoise. These are still juvenile. Some of them are still really small, so it's really not that big of a deal at this point. The space they have is sufficient, but they do a pretty good job keeping it grazed down. So we're going to increase their capacity and their size. But the African spurred tortoises, they need a large space. The box turtles, again, it's recommended, essentially it's recommended a 4x4 space per tortoise, like 16 square foot per turtle on the box turtles. Which, let's see if we've got the three toads right here. This is where they hang out. There they both are, the box turtles. I'm not gonna bug them too much. They're still kind of hanging out, but they are a really good turtle because they're not fully aquatic, so you don't have to have all the filtration. They like water. They can eat almost anything you give them, so like fruits aren't going to mess them up, worms aren't going to mess them up, and caring for them is really easy. Just give them a moist spot, give them a little bit of a basking spot. Temperatures can be lower. They don't really require heat because they kind of brumate in the winter, so super easy. And lastly would be our water turtles. This is about 350 gallon space. I didn't realize my camera was zoomed in, so you guys are probably zoomed in on my face, but the water turtles require more space. When they're smaller, it's suggested 10 gallons per inch of turtle. When they get bigger and you get bigger spaces, it's not quite as much. I've heard of some people keeping 10 adult sliders in 200 gallons, so definitely doable. But they require filtration, they require temperature to a degree, they require basking platform, they require hotspot, UVB, they require it all, right? So a little more difficult, but that's gonna be the next thing. And lastly, what you want to know is size. Guys, these sulcatas can get up to 150 pounds. I'd say your average sulcata, this tiny little baby, this teeny tiny little baby that can hold in my hand, is going to be 100 pounds someday. If it's a male and it decides to be huge, I mean, it could be over 200 pounds, right? And over 30 inches in length. I mean, that's huge sulcata, but it's definitely possible. So always understand how big the tortoise or turtle is going to get, right? The three-toed, we're doing a lot of walking back and forth, but the three-toed box turtle, I mean, they don't get much bigger than 5 inches maybe. And so the spacing I was talking about was for an adult turtle. They can literally live in that space and it's plenty for them. So if you've got a 4 foot by 8 foot box, keep 2 of them in there, no problem for their whole life. As long as they've got all the other requirements met, they don't get that big. Awesome turtle to have. The red-eared slider, what you want to do is they get big. They get up to, I want to say 12 inches or so. So they're going to be a little bit bigger, require bigger tank. A 40-gallon tank is not going to be big enough for a 12-inch red-eared slider. Most people don't suggest a red-eared slider as the first pet. They're the cheapest pet you're going to find as far as water turtles go. Most people would suggest, and I would suggest, if you want a smaller aquatic turtle, to get like a musk turtle. Some of the map species are pretty small, but get something smaller because you need to understand their size. This isn't kind of a video telling you which turtle or tortoise to pick, but understand the size of the tortoise before you get it. Because guys, I know I'm going to be the bad guy here, right? But I am going to be breeding these albinos when they get bigger. I'm going to be breeding them. There's a lot of African spurred tortoises out there that don't currently have homes. I'm aware of that, but it's due to irresponsible people purchasing these tortoises and not having the space for them. Well, most people, especially in warmer climates, have space for them. Oftentimes it becomes too much work. You need to understand what their needs are and that their needs can be met. But sulcatas are awesome pets. They are so personable. They have so much energy. They are so destructive, but they are amazing pets. The African spurred tortoise, the sulcata tortoise. I have the albino variation here, right? This is a normal one. We'll set him right there. And this is the albino. These are the exact same tortoise, just albino versus the normal. Red eyes versus regular black eyes. But anywho, guys, sorry for the mess in my yard, by the way. We just got doing some organizing. But these are the 3 things you need to know, right? Their diet, their care, what's needed for them, and then lastly, how big they're gonna get, because these are super important factors when it comes to picking out a turtle or tortoise. As you can tell, time to clean out the poop again. These tortoises are already huge. Some of these are over 16 inches. Sorry, you guys probably can't hear me, but over 16 inches now. They're only gonna get bigger. They require a ton of space, and they're only gonna get more space, guys. So, these are all the albino sulcatas. Anywho, guys, these are the 3 things I think you need to know before you get a pet turtle or tortoise. The turtles and tortoises make the absolute best pets in the world. I have loved them since the first time I ever saw one, when I was probably 8 years old. I would highly suggest that you get one. Just do your research on which species is going to be the best fit for you, for your location, whether it be indoor enclosure, outdoor enclosures, and honestly the bandwidth you have to take care of one. I don't like seeing these things. Again, a lot of my tortoises are pyramided due to previous care, but I don't like seeing them get in bad conditions, right? So you always make sure you know what you're getting yourself into when you get a pet turtle or tortoise. Again, guys, I am Hayden, State 48 Turtle and Tortoise. Definitely smash the like button, click subscribe below if you want to see more content like this, so that way I can know what you guys like and don't like. And then if you guys would show me support, show me some support. There we go, I can speak. Anywho, guys, this is just me getting out there, sharing what knowledge I have. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys want to see more about the albino sulcatas, let me know. We'll show more of them. If you want to see more water turtles, just let me know in the comments what you guys want to see me do. If you guys want me to do tours of reptile centers here in Arizona, let me know. But definitely smash the like button, click subscribe. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.